Okay, hi, grade nines. So you may be looking for a hint for 9C, which is one of the questions from week 5 in the homework handout or the homework hand-in section for that Google form. Okay, so you've got 9C here. So let's go with, you've got negative 7 over 8k plus 2. So again, this is just going to be a hint. I'm not going to solve the question for you, but maybe I can help get you started. All right, so, and over on the right side here, you've got minus 3/4 k. Now, sometimes I like to just multiply both sides of the equation by a lowest common multiple. But you know, I've already got a whole number here and a whole number there. And if you notice, this is where being good at fractions, having some skills in fractions can help you out, because you might notice between, you know, you've got a denominator, what are you looking at in terms of the fractions here? Well, you've got an 8 and you've got a 4, and this one's on the left side and this one's on the right side. But let me ask you a question. Do 8 and 4, are they easy to work with? Yeah, the lowest common denominator between them, okay, is an 8. So really, you're only going to need to convert this fraction later on, all right? So what I'm hinting at here is learn to try and anticipate what's going to be the easiest way to solve this problem. Okay, I've got a fairly easy number. 2 is not that hard to deal with. 1's not that hard to deal with. And even though you've got fractions here and fractions there, I would suggest to you these fractions are a lot better than, say, what if this was denominator 11 and this was denominator 5? Well, that would be, you know, that would be kind of a pain in the neck. But you've got 8 and 4. So let's just do what we would normally do. You could say, I want to get my variables to one side. So in other words, we're essentially going to make this term travel all the way over here. And we're going to do the opposite. Okay, so the opposite of subtracting, or the opposite of negative 3/4 k, is positive 3/4 k. Whatever you do to one side, of course, you have to do it to the other side. Okay, so this zeroes itself out. And now the right side of this equation, okay, what I'm circling here in my pen, becomes pretty straightforward, right? All you're left with is a 1. So what are you left with over here? Well, you've got, I'm just going to do this in completely different color. So you've got negative 7/8 k plus 3/4 k plus 2, okay? And I'm telling you, well, first of all, you could do something to both sides to kind of bring that 2 to the other side, right? You could zero that out. What's the opposite of adding, in other words? And then here, right, I would suggest to you, going back to here, to what I was making a point earlier, it's not that hard to convert this fraction in particular, right, to a lowest common denominator to go with this fraction, and then you will have a 2-step equation. Okay, that's it for the hint, all right? I'm trying to keep these short and sweet so you don't have to commit to 10 minutes of your time, all right? I'll see you in the next video.